Hey guys, Thomas Jr. here, aka Mustached. I'm here to view Batman, The Killing Joke. So, we follow this comic book based movie that follows Batman, of course, and Batgirl, and the Joker, as it tells three divergent stories, and from what I can tell, follows pretty closely, almost one-to-one of what the comic book had to offer, from what I can tell. I actually haven't read the entire graphic novel or comic book, but I did get a quick glimpse at the end of it, just to see how it compared, and I'm pretty sure it was like one for one, almost everything that happens, but I'll get to that in a bit. Anyways, the movie opens up with this crime chase on the loose, and we follow Barbara Gordon as she's going up ahead as Batgirl, and she's also narrating the story and how things have shifted. We follow her through the scene. She stops the truck, and then the guys get away, and Batman punishes the other guy. She becomes sort of obsessed with this guy who's sort of being obsessed with her in a sexual way. And Batman tells her that she's off the case, which only heightens her desire to get in this and get this guy. So she follows a lead that she believes is key, but it's a trap, and she ends up getting almost attacked by these other guys that come in and they're swipe attacking. Batman comes in and says, okay, off the case, I told you that you're way too attached to this. And of course she still persists, and when Batman finds this lead about where she picked up this thing, telling her to meet when they first met up, Batman goes to this one location and gets bum rushed by these rockets. And then Batgirl comes in, and they had talked about earlier how Batman knows what it means to cross the line, this abyss they refer to in the movie, and she pretty much beats the guy up, pretty much almost killing him, coming seconds away, or probably a punch away from killing him. And as soon as that little escalation happens, she's like, oh, I'm gonna retire, but she does her one sexual encounter with Batman, which I'm pretty sure isn't in the comic book. I'm thinking that's the one thing that they added from to have be this movie original. And I personally didn't mind the relationship at all. I know it's probably be weird for others, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, the build up to it is odd, and I think it's meant to be odd. It is meant to be filled to build this sort of tension between the two characters, and possibly even more characters of Jim Gordon possibly as well. They don't really delve into him finding out or anything like that, but it is interesting. But the Joker enters the picture, and what they do with this character is always fascinating. They follow his background story throughout the movie. Well, he's setting up this elaborate thing for Jim Gordon as he captures him completely naked, and he tours them through this personal ride of who's really breaking the law, and refers to Batman, and gets pictures of Barbara when he went in and just shot her right in the gut, which paralyzed her, making her later become the Oracle. And I'm pretty sure most DC fans already referred or know her as that now. So there's that. And the Joker in this movie absolutely just well, kills it, no pun intended, I guess. And it is just an incredible performance. I mean, there are some shots in this movie. There's one particular shot where he faces like towards the camera and it's like a really up close shot. It is probably one of the creepiest things I have ever seen, and I mean like creepier than most horror movies have been in the past like 5 years. And I'm talking about most horror films. This look alone was creepier than all those combined easily, and that is saying something. If a movie that isn't even horror based can create an image that is creepier than most horror movies, you're doing something right. And the Joker in this movie is a riot. He has a musical number, which actually isn't even all that surprising. I mean, Joker does whatever he wants to do, so he has a musical, whatever, he's gonna do him. But the moment that really laid the foundation, really brought the movie home for me, was this movie's ending. To me, personally, in my opinion, as a reviewer, as a person that has been doing this for a year and change now, I think this is one of the best endings I've seen a movie in 2016, like the best ending of 2016 so far. That's just my opinion. I think that the ending to this is left to interpretation, and that is an ending, something left to interpretation. That is something I have not had the pleasure of saying in such a long time. I don't think I've ever said it once on my channel, and anything I've ever reviewed. Left to interpretation. That is something that is so risky, so powerful, especially when you do it right, and boy do they do this right. They do it justice. It is just a moment that is just I had my mouth dropped. I was like, holy crap, what does this mean? Did Batman kill Joker? Did Joker kill Batman? What happened? It's so intense. It is the best ending for me I've ever seen. And the acting in this and the animation is fine. It's it's been what it's always been for the last few animated DC films. The action's a bit more laid back, but you know what? Personally, to me, that's fine because they fill it in with great story, amazing characters. The voice acting is great. Uh, it is just, I think it's one of the better animated films in my opinion because it focuses on story and delivering these three different stories that interact with each other in really intense ways, which is exactly why I'm going to give this movie an 8 or even possibly a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. Probably one of my new favorite animated films of this year. Definitely a pick for top 10 right now, definitely. So if you are a DC fan, I would highly recommend watching this. If you're wanting to get into Batman, maybe you want to do a few other movies and then watch this. Whatever your cup of tea is, just a high recommendation all around though. And that's about it. So yeah, it's a really great movie. I really enjoyed it. With that being said, I'm Tom Sicily Jr., aka Mustached, and I'll see you guys next time.